Welcome to my channel Chubby Views. Today in this video you'll know about the world's most famous serial killers, psychopaths and murderers. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was a 1970s serial murderer, rapist and necrophiliac. Necrophiliac is a person who is fascinated in killing. His case has since inspired many novels and films about serial killers. Ted Bundy was born in Burlington, Vermont on November 24, 1946. Ted started his life as his mother's secret shame, as his illegitimate birth, humiliated by her deeply religious parents. Ted Bundy was born to his mother Louise Cowell, who was unmarried and pregnant to her son Ted. Around the age of 3, he became fascinated by knives. As a teenager, a dark side of his character started to emerge. Bundy liked to peer into other people's windows, but he was not stealing. Bundy graduated from the University of Washington with a degree in psychology in 1972. In university, he fell in love with a wealthy, pretty young woman in California, and they got breakup, which was devastating for him. And many of Bundy's victims resembled his college girlfriend, which were attractive students with long and dark hair. Ted confessed to 36 killings of young women across several states in 1970s, but experts believe that it may be closer to 100 or even more. He was killing brutally and he often raped his victims before beating them to death. He often lured victims into his car by pretending to being injured and asking for their help. In 1975, he was pulled over by the police. A search of his vehicle uncovered a cache of burglary tools, a crowbar, a face mask, rope and handcuffs. He was arrested in kidnapping of Carol Dorange, one of the few women to escape from his captivity, and received 1 year to 15 years of jail sentence. He escaped 2 times from jail, and second time when he escaped, he moved to Florida on Jan 14, 1978. At night, he broke into Chi Omega sorority house at Florida State University and he attacked 4 young females, killing 2 of them. On February 9th, he kidnapped and murdered 12-year-old girl named Kimberly Leach. He also bited the girl's body of 2 members while attacking in Chi Omega murders, and it was undefeatable evidence. And at 1989, he was executed to death in Florida. Old Sparky electric chair. The crowd outside prison cheered and even set off fireworks after execution, thinking that it is an end of a notorious killer. These were the last words spoken by Ted before the execution to death.
I deserve certainly the most extreme punishment society has, and I think society deserves to be protected from me and from others like me, that's for sure. Each time I'd harm someone, each time I'd kill someone, there'd be an enormous amount, especially at first, enormous amount of horror, guilt, remorse after.
The eye contact, I guess it was the way he carried and acted himself. He made eye contact with people in the front row. He spoke to them. He was cognizant of what was going on about him. He made reference to his loved ones and to his family when he was saying his last word.
At last, Ted was sentenced to death. Our next psychopath killer is Harold Shipman. He was nicknamed as Dr. Death, who killed 218 patients. One of the history's deadliest serial killers was a married family man who managed to squeeze in 218 credit murders while working as a popular British physician. Harold Shipman began his murderous spree in 1972, and it believed he killed at least 71 patients while working at his first practice and started killing more at second practice. He joined after conflicting heads with colleagues who found him arrogant, rude and overconfident. Finally, in 1998, both a local undertaker and another doctor noticed unusually high numbers of cremation certificates Shipman had signed off continuously. They noticed that everyone was dying in the same manner in recently deceased patients of Shipman. With similar poses in death, they were fully clothed and usually sitting up. He altered the medical records of patients and corroborated their cause of death. He founded more suspicious men. Angela Woodruff, the daughter of one of his victims, who refused to accept the explanation given for her mother's death. She was a lawyer and found the medical reports was a forgery, and Chipman had murdered her mother, and she complained to the police. Woodruff's mother's body was post-mortem and revealed that she had died of a morphine overdose. This morphine is given as a painkiller for the patients. He was giving this painkiller as an overdose injection, and he was killing the patients. Angela's mother died after 3 hours of injected dosage. This commission of police further speculated that Chipman might have addicted to killing and was critical of police investigation procedures. He was lastly moved to Wakefield Prison in June 2003, which made visits from his family easier, and on January 13, 2004, Chipman was discovered hanging in his prison cell at Wakefield, having used bedsheets tied to the window bars of his cell. At last, Dr. Death, who was killing patients, came to an end. Our next famous woman psychopath is Belle Gunness. Belle Gunness immigrated to US in 1881. A series of specious fires and deaths, mostly resulting in insurance awards, followed. Belle Gunness also began posting notice in Lovelorn columns to entice wealthy men to her farm, after which they were never seen again. Authorities eventually found the remains of over 40 victims on her property, but Belle disappeared without a trace. She was born at Selbu, Norway in 11 November 1859. She moved to US in search of wealth. What followed were a series of insurance frauds and crimes, escalating in size and danger. Not long after, Gunness married Mats Albert Sorensen in 1884. Their home mysteriously burned down. Couples claimed insurance for both. Soon her husband died on heart failure. On the one day, his 2 life insurance policies were overlapped. They had 2 children, whom Gunness poisoned both children for insurance money. Family members' body was found in property. Gunness then began meeting wealthy men through a Lovelorn column. Her suitors were her next victims, each of whom brought cash to her farm and then disappeared forever. John Moo, Olaf Lindblom, Andrew Hegele were her victims. In 1908, her farmhouse burned to ground. In smoldering ruins, workmen discovered 24 skeletons. 3 were identified as her foster children. However, 4th believed to be Belle, but the skull was missing. After the fire, there was 4 women and children's skeletons and graves filled around farm. Ray Lampere, who was Belle's hired hand, was arrested for murdering arson on 1908. He died in prison, but not before revealing the truth about Belle and her crimes, including burning her own house. Body that recovered was not hers, and escaped to other towns after withdrawing most of her money and never tracked down, and her death has never been confirmed. Her farm became tourist attraction. Spectators came across countries to see mass graves. The Laporte County Historical Society Museum has a permanent Belle Gunness exhibit. At last, Belle Gunness was not found, and still it remains as mystery. Thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, subscribe to my channel, click the like button and click the bell icon to know my new updates.